Hi there. Happy fall, happy, beautiful autumn day. I'm trying a different spread today, which is focusing on the chakra bodies. So I'm reading these tarot cards from the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, all the way through the crown, and just seeing what energies come up internally, externally, and where the energy body is at the moment. So just feel into your energy as I begin to pull. I may need to move my seat. Woo! Let's move this blanket a little bit more. Throats. Ooh. I'm going all the way off the blanket. Oh man. Okay. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 35 cards that are pulled here, reading into the chakra body, starting from root, building all the way up to the crown. The center line here is the current energy. This is sort of like the representative energy of that energy system, along with the external influence and expression and more subconscious internal feminine expression, anything that's holding back or that is inspiring this energy, and just sort of like the general, like where this energy is being directed, where it is going. Starting with the root here, we have the Knight of Wands, all about action, movement, inspiration, and like just like this bold expression of self. It is not an energy of being still, which is counterintuitive with root chakra energy, which is all about grounding down. It's all about being still. It's about like planting your roots into the earth. And there is a lot of energy around movement here regardless, and I feel like the root here is feeling inspired to keep going. There's this real like expansiveness that is driving movement, where maybe being here right now, being still, is not what's desired, and there's a sense that there's more for you out there. And this also just feels, with this Tower energy to the right of it, there's this sense of like, it's almost like the root needs to just like break down and like almost be like ripped out in order to replant. It's like being a plant in the wrong kind of soil or in the wrong kind of like conditions. And this can be an opportunity to just reorient your home life, what that really means for you, this sense of like rooting down and allowing yourself to transform, because with the Tower, its transformation is going to happen regardless. So if you feel like you're settled into your home and your space, wouldn't be surprised if you get uprooted, or you know, there's like a massive energy of change around the home space, and then your sense of like your physicality and your sense of belonging and your sense of like rootedness. Even with the Eon, which is judgment here in Thoth, it's a lot of like wrapping up of loose ends. Like there is a karmic cycle that is being broken here. There is a release and like a closing of a chapter in order to make room for something new. And interestingly enough, 3 of Swords, sorrow, which in traditional tarot, you'll see the heart with the 3 swords intersecting. And this is really, and even here there's a Saturn energy. It's really just a matter of allowing your heart to break. And I feel like that's part of where this like transformational energy is born from. There's a heart opening that really needs to happen in order for you to find your home. And that is like part of what is being wrapped up here in order to like really land into like this place that feels rooted for you in your own body and in your own, in your own like physical dwelling, in your spirit. It's like, the heart needs to be ripped open, and I feel like there's a heart and a mind alignment that is required in order to make room for that. And interestingly enough, this is this like beautiful maternal energy of the Empress, which I feel like stepping more into your feminine and into this like nurturing quality is what's going to help you to feel at home moving forward. But there is like this major transformation that needs to happen in order to like step into that nurturing, which is vulnerability. It is like kindness, it is softness, it is being sweet and gentle, and that for some reason it's like this need to feel safe and to feel like grounded. That has to come first in order to really feel at home in this nurturing quality, and that feels like a very root chakra energy. So continuing on, moving into sacral energy, which is the low abdomen, the 3 fingers below the belly button, which is all feminine energy. It is life force, it is creative expression, and where babies are born and art is made, and it's like this amazing dance of the masculine and feminine that literally like creates life and expression. It's interesting because this has the energy of like work and projects and expression in that way, and I feel like it's about like getting clear on what you want through your work. It's about being clear on how you want to express yourself creatively and authentically, and it has something to do with like your work and like finances and resources, and which to me has like a very root chakra energy. So it's kind of interesting because they dance, the root and the sacral are dancing together, and they're masculine and feminine, and it's like I feel like there's a birthing of work, there's a birthing of ideas that can help you financially, and it's about getting clear on like what that looks like. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now, is like getting clear on what you want. Again, there is this energy of like you're being asked to go, like there's a sense of like leaving and exiting where you are now, or at least like shifting your point of orient in order to like actually step into this kind of work. Because I feel like where you are right now is not going to serve you. It's not the soil and the conditions that you need to really like thrive and grow in your garden. So there is a need to like step forward and to like step into the unknown, because when you're creating something, you're literally like, being a creative person means like bringing something into existence that didn't exist before, which is magic. Like that is like the highest expression of self is through art, and sacral energy is all about art, and it requires like literally like alchemizing and bringing together energy in order to create something authentic and beautiful and viable through work. And it requires a sense of courage and effort to really like step into that fully. I do feel like you have like so much abundance in this energy, and like gratitude. We have prudence and satiety. Can't say that word, but they're both, it's actually like this energy is really like well supported for you right now. Even if there's a sense of like, okay, I need to like reacclimate and readjust, the sacral energy really is quite supported here, and it feels very like emotional, and I think you have a lot more going for you than maybe you give yourself credit for. So just lean into that possibility and that truth that like you are very supported in the projects that you want to create. It's just about like alchemizing it in the healthiest way through masculine and feminine, like that dance together. Because even here, moving up into solar plexus, which is, you know, the upper abdomen, the ribs, which is the yellow light of manifestation. It is masculine energy. It is like the radiant heat of the body, and the outward expression of self and confidence. We have the Knight of Discs in the most centered place, which is this wonderful, like, slow and steady. It is not about like getting to one place and then you're done and you've, like, you know, reached your goal and like ta-da. It's more of you're well on your way. And it's like the vision is building, it is growing, and it actually has like the capacity to be sustained, you know, like financially and in the real, like in the tangible realm. But it's really like, man, I can't even stress this enough. There is like a need for like actually going and like stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping out of where you are now in order to make that happen. Like there's a call for travel. There's a call to like step forward, literally, like walking, getting on a plane, getting in your car, going to like a new space to share your offerings, like whatever that is. There is a need to like, and it feels like very supported. Like if you were to continue to keep sharing what you care about and stepping into your confidence, it'd be really well received. Like honestly, like I feel like you're so much more supported, you know, with the things that you care about than maybe you realize sometimes. And it's good to be reminded that like you are okay, you are safe, you are held and supported. And I just feel like it's not an overnight thing. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take this one step, I'm gonna do this one thing, and then all my dreams are gonna come true, and every ounce of abundance and all the monies and the recognition is gonna come all at once. Like it is a slow building process. The discs move very slowly, and this is about patience. And when you think about the elements of the earth, like earth is a slow, grounded energy. And for that to be a part of like the solar plexus here, it may seem counterintuitive, but it's like if you really want to make something that's tangible and long lasting, like you need that earth element, and to be like confident in the patience that is required to make what matters to you. And the truth is, when I see Two of Wands, Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, which are both like high energy cards that are like keeping the energy like rolling and going and moving, and that's why it's like, listen, like get out and share, get out and do these things that are asking you to like express yourself, because it's going to be really well received. And I just feel like even through like spirit, it's like when your spirit is aligned with what you care about, like you are going to be successful, and like that is very evident here. So just remember that. Moving into the heart space, emotion, love, all the big feelings. 10 of Wands, oppression. What are 10s? What is oppression? 10s are a number of completion. 10s are like, it's basically like the maximum expression of the lower arcana before we go into the court cards. But wands are fire and energy, and 10 of Wands is exhausting. I feel like the heart is exhausted. It's carrying a lot of feeling and a lot of like doing and internalizing, it feels like. And it feels like a lot of big feelings, and it's not being channeled in the healthiest way. I'm gonna do an overview, like you can look at this from overhead, but to the right of oppression, we have peace. 2 of Swords, literal guarding of the heart. Come on. If that's not clear, I don't know what to tell you, because really this is a reminder to like ask for help and to lean into your loved ones, and to like be expressive and to keep opening and channeling, being vulnerable. And this is a card of somebody who's trying to do it all by their freaking selves, or like the big, really vulnerable feelings trying to do it by yourself. And that's hard, and that's super lonely and unfair to you, and it's unfair even to the people who love you. Not that it's, you gotta go and like make sure everybody feels good in that way, but I promise you people want to help, and if you ask for help, you will be well received. Like, that's really very clear here. And I know you're in this process of like creating and like redirecting and regrounding as you move forward, but like, you're not supposed to do this by yourself. You're not supposed to like be in your heart by yourself. Like, hearts are meant to be shared. That's why this energy is so big and expansive. It's like the biggest energy you feel in a person is their heart. And there's a reason that like we're all empaths and feelers, and we all like feel each other's hearts in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like when you're trying to keep it all in your freaking contained in yourself, you're just doing yourself a disservice, and you're not gonna step into your highest alignment, because it really requires like an openness of spirit and tapping into your community to like be your most embodied self. Even with like, I know things are weird, like things are weird right now. We have the moon energy, which is that kind of like bizarre lunar expression that has a hard time, like it feels really almost like super ungrounded, super confusing, and it's just a matter of like getting more clear on the moon. And I feel like the moon is this really misunderstood card that doesn't get enough credit for like its wisdom. It's got this really esoteric quality of truth that requires a deeper listening and tapping into intuition. And I feel like you can trust your heart, you can trust your intuition, but there's also a sense of like lean into other people too. Lean into like a more outward connection of your heart space so that you can continue to alchemize. Let's see. Interesting here, moving into the throat, authenticity and communication. 5 of Cups, disappointment. Interesting to see the surrounding cards, because this almost has this energy of communication through like relationship and through projects too. It's like this more like outward expression of like the things that you care about, and I feel like it's having a hard time either vocalizing or sharing in that way. And it's really, 5s are a number of crisis, of this need to shift and to like realign and like go in a different direction. But with Cups, it's almost like letting your heart just break and to be clear on that. And I feel like when I see this difficulty in communication with the Lovers to the right, even the Magician to the right, it's like, man, if you just like really communicate your vulnerability, and it feels like even through your art and in your relationships, like you would just be amazed at like how awesome it could be. It'd be so good for you. It'd be such medicine to just like get it all out of your throat and like to vocalize it, outward expression. So many feelings, like the throat, there's clear, there's so much Cups energy here through the throat that really requires a sense of like deep feeling, or it's like, that's like the foundation of the throat. And I feel like it's like tapping into feeling. Like there's so much that wants to be like, it's like cried out, that wants to be vocalized. It's like, here, listen to me. Like I have so much to say, and I need to be heard. And that's really what the throat is saying. But there's also this sense of like heartbreak that needs to just like be felt fully. And at the same time, it's like you feeling, and it's also you actively connecting. So please connect. Please open your throat chakra. Please vocalize and like conjure your energy into language, or through song, or through humming or chanting or something to just like get it out of your body in like a verbal vocal vibration, even if it's humming. but this really feels like actual communication, like literally talking and like expressing from the heart, that cups energy. Third eye, intuitive, true eye, interestingly enough. Nine of Swords, cruelty. It looks like an intense card, but this is a card that asks for, it's like, please just like, I mean, surrender into the truth of what is. And I feel like it's having a hard time like seeing into this intuitive space. You have so much that like is supporting you through the root. And it's just interesting because I feel like between like the heart, throat, and third eye, there could be a little bit more like difficulty in that like alchemy and expression. And I feel like the third eye just, it almost feels a little overwhelmed, and it's like the mind is trying to keep control or a sense of like stability. And it's like you gotta trust this space. You have to trust this space while staying in balance with the rest of the chakra body, and like trusting in the universe. Like look at, I mean, there's literally the universe card here as this like foundation for the third eye. We have the card of success here in the third eye, which is all about like helping people too, like the Six of Coins. So it's this philanthropic energy of like sharing and doing in your community. So if there's an energy, this intuitive space where it's like you're feeling called to help and to connect more, it's like lean into that. And I feel like there's confusion and an absence of clarity in this space, and it's really like trust in your giving nature, trust in your generosity and like your kindness, and in the like greatest connective energy that like is so beyond this like physical body. And even like just the chakra body is so powerful, but you know, it's like something that goes out and beyond and comes in and throughout. But there is also a sense of like just like pause, like you don't have to like force any messages or imagery or understanding in this space. I feel like you just have to give yourself like time to get clear through your third eye. And again, like there is this sort of like underdog, doing it yourself, like self-contained energy, and like that is not at all what the third eye is about. The third eye wants to like connect to truth. It lives for truth only. And if the third eye can't tap into truth, then it is just like this dormant space that can't connect fully to the higher expressions of self, and then to integrate into the rest of the body. But when we go into crown, this centermost energy is the Knight of Cups, which is that like beautiful, like motivated, emotional energy, which is that like it's kind of has this like, it's a romantic quality, but it's also like has the energy of the Fool, where it requires this leap of faith. And it's really just this amazing, like, oh my gosh, such support, such grace, such love through the crown, which is like this intuitive connection to source. And whatever that means for you, it's different for everybody, but this greater connection to everything and into like the divine and how it integrates into you. It's like, please take these leaps of faith, because that's where your soul grows. That's where this like expansive energy lies in. And we may be in these physical bodies, but like you have so much more to connect into consciously when you take these leaps of faith, and you don't have to have everything perfectly understood to take the leap of faith. Otherwise, it would just be taking a step. If you had all the research done and it was like, well, I've done, according to my calculations, I should take 2 steps in this direction and 3 steps over here. And a leap of faith is like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. And I'm gonna do it because it feels like this is the right thing. And this is the leap of faith. This is a leap of faith from the heart. And then look what surrounds it is this 10 of Coins, which is wealth. Princess of Swords, which is this clarity of mind. It is like badass, like stepping into your power. It is financial stability. It is like groundedness through the crown. What a gift. It's absolutely incredible. And you know what? I'll tell you, I do see behind you this lack of faith in the divine, or a sense of like disconnect or confusion. And I'm sorry, because I feel like that is sort of part of our human nature, is to like connect with and to question and sometimes doubt in these things, because life life is what it is, and it is a journey of like remembering our relationship and our connection to spirit and like what that means. And again, we're not supposed to do this journey alone. And even when it's hard to be vulnerable, it's like we gotta be vulnerable with spirit. Have to be. If nothing else, be vulnerable with spirit. But this reading makes it very clear that being vulnerable with community and with people and in your expression and through your art, even through your projects, like that is such an important way for you to connect and open your spirit. But also it's like just staying open through spirit, even if it's like your own private understanding of what that means. Like it's so supported, like you are so supported. So please like continue to pray and practice and live in your dharma, and let that be a conscious connection from the top of the head, and integrate it through the rest of your spirit and your body. And it's just cool because I feel like spirit is guiding you through your work. And it's about being a student and like being very gifted at what, you know, what doors you are stepping through and what you want to, like, where spirit is guiding you, even if it's like a new path, a new door, a new direction. It's like you're being guided there because it feels like a natural fit, and it's like you're very skilled naturally, and you have more to learn, and that's where teachers come in, and like connecting with community helps. But you also are like very naturally gifted, and you're just so supported. And I just feel like there's this healthy balance of like your spirit with source, and it being like integrated in this really like stabilized, channeled, beautiful way that's very, very supportive for you. So I'm gonna show you, oh gosh, they're a little scrambled, but you can see these are 35 cards that all outline the chakra body, and I see so much support here. I feel like there's so much regrouping, rebalancing, and you know, the root has some rerouting, but continue to take the leap of faith, and there's a lot of support. There's a lot of support, and I feel like the more that you vocalize, the more you're going to open in your relationships, the more you open in your heart, the more you're going to continue to like find your courage to keep expressing yourself. And I just feel like you're not slowing down anytime soon. So if you have any thoughts or feelings or questions about this reading, my name is Claire. I am an intuitive tarot reader for the last 15 years. I'm a Western astrologist and a yoga teacher. I educate on the tarot, the symbolism, and as well as through astrology and through all the wellness practices. I teach online and in person. I do readings online and in person. If you're ever interested in a reading, please reach out to me through Clairity Life, CLAIRITY Life. That's my handle on Instagram. Also, claritylife@gmail.com. You can contact me there. I love you and would love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this reading. Please share. It helps me to keep sharing with the community online and beyond.